The skies over New Jersey and Long Island continue to be the center of a growing mystery after Mayor Michael Mellom made a startling claim in a recent interview with News Nation. According to Mellom, newly surfaced footage appears to show glowing orbs in the sky that, as they move, seemingly morph into mechanical drones. Orbs are these glowing orbs of light on camera that, as you watch them right before your eyes, they seem to transform into a mechanical drone. The footage, captured by several eyewitnesses and shared widely online, shows what initially appears to be bright, hovering lights. But as they approach, the orbs seem to transform, revealing structured aircraft with visible wings or rotor blades. As it gets closer to you, you actually see it transformed into a drone. Whether it's a drone from the beginning and it's been obstructed by bright light, I can't tell you, but it is cause for concern. During his interview, Mellom emphasized the need for answers. These things are absolutely some kind of phenomenon that's happening just over our homes. We need answers and we need them quickly. He confirmed that flight tracker data has been checked and no registered aircraft correspond to these sightings. He also pointed out that government agencies have been curiously specific in their language when denying responsibility for these drones. When government speaks very specifically, listen to what they're not saying. So when they say it's not DoD and it's not Homeland Security, they're not saying it's not a private contractor. They're not saying a lot of different things there, so they're giving themselves some plausible deniability when they say things specifically like that. The mayor suggested that if these were drones from a foreign adversary, the US military would likely have taken action to remove them. Instead, the drones persist, fueling speculation that they may be part of undisclosed government operations. The most striking footage shows a bright orb of light hovering in the sky. It then appears to transform into a winged aircraft. Theories about these drone sightings range from classified government projects to experimental private technology, or even something more unexplainable. Some believe this could be an advanced cloaking system where drones emit intense light to obscure their true shape until needed. Others suggest it could be a form of advanced aerial surveillance, potentially connected to artificial intelligence or autonomous systems. On the more speculative side, some UFO enthusiasts believe this could be proof of reverse-engineered technology, possibly explaining why these objects don't conform to traditional aviation behavior. With increasing reports of unidentified aerial phenomena across the US, the glowing orbs-turned drones have only added fuel to the fire. Whether a classified military asset, private experimental tech, or something else entirely, the footage has left many asking, who or what is operating these drones? For now, all we can do is watch the skies.
So, let me know if anyone's ever been in this area. This is absolutely wild.
A strange discovery on Google Maps has ignited a wave of online speculation, leaving many questioning whether a deeper mystery lurks beneath the surface. The viral story, shared by Instagram user Mark Hanala, known by the username You Won't Believe Me Official, highlights an unsettling scene. The words, "Help, Trafico, LAPD," and "Human" scrolled across a desolate rail yard in Los Angeles.
Clearly all of the words saying help, but this one to me was the most concerning. Trafico, and that looks like the word human. That is actually terrifying.
Hanala's original video takes viewers through zoomed-in satellite imagery from Google Earth, revealing these eerie words scattered across an area near the San Bernardino Freeway.
Even looking at the street view, help is written all over the street.
The markings, some of which seem to reference law enforcement agencies like the LAPD and FBI, immediately raised alarm.
This, I thought, said LAFD, but this is LAPD, clearly. The word federal, help everywhere, and here it looks like the word FBI. Looks like they want something investigated in this area.
With human trafficking concerns rising nationwide, social media users speculated whether these cryptic messages were desperate pleas from someone trapped in a dangerous situation. The discovery gained traction across platforms, prompting questions about what was really happening at this isolated location. The Los Angeles Police Department and Union Pacific Railroad, which owns the property, were quick to dismiss any immediate danger. Photos circulating on Google Maps that show the word help on Union Pacific property were created about a year ago. No one was or is in danger, a spokesperson for Union Pacific said. They clarified that a man named Jose, known to local authorities, had been repeatedly trespassing and writing these messages for years.
A guy named Jose?
Yes.
He's writing those messages over there?
Yes.
Why is he doing that? Do you know?
He needs help himself.
So it's just like, is he homeless or?
Yeah, I don't know where he's at, but he needs help himself.
So you see that big help sign behind you? He wrote that?
Yes.
The LAPD also confirmed that officers had interacted with Jose multiple times, offering both housing and mental health services, both of which he reportedly refused. According to them, there is no evidence of human trafficking. Despite these official explanations, many online remain skeptical. Why would someone go to such extreme lengths to carve large distress signals into debris and pavement? Why include words like human and trafficker? If it's just one man, what exactly does he need help with? Some argue that even if this is the work of a mentally unwell individual, it doesn't completely rule out the possibility that he is aware of something darker happening in the area. Adding fuel to the fire, Hanala expressed interest in visiting the site himself to investigate. Many followers encouraged him to be cautious, fearing that if something truly sinister is happening, he might stumble onto something dangerous.
I kind of want to go check this site out myself. So let me know if anyone's ever been in this area. This is absolutely wild.
Our correspondence with this thing. Like pages and pages and pages.
TikTok user Cassia Pius 7 has ignited a viral storm with a bizarre and unsettling claim. Since 2013, she and her husband have been communicating with an entity known as Seven via a Ouija board.
Me and my husband have essentially been talking to something on a Ouija board that goes by the name of Seven.
According to her, this being has not only spoken in binary Latin and backward text, but has also provided precise dates linked to major historical events and foretold an apocalyptic event on May 27, 2025.
Who has been telling us that the world is going to end May 27th, 2025.
The revelation has left TikTok divided, with some fascinated by the intricate details, while others dismiss it as an elaborate hoax, an alternate reality game, or a PR stunt. In her first viral video, Cassia Pius 7 explains how she and her husband began using the Ouija board for fun in July 2013, only to encounter a mysterious entity that spoke in binary code and reverse text, something she claims neither of them had knowledge of at the time.
You know, it's giving us ones and zeros to write down on the Ouija board. I'm recording this, and in the moment we have no idea what this means. We Googled it later. This is again July 2013, and it turns out it's binary, but it's backwards binary. So in this way it meant nothing, but when we reversed the numbers it meant hello, because it does that a lot. It speaks backwards a lot.
The most unsettling claim. Seven allegedly predicted the world's end on May 27, 2025, and provided mathematical calculations leading back to August 6, 1945, the exact date of the Hiroshima bombing. She insists that she and her husband had no way of manually calculating this, which she considers proof that they were speaking to something beyond human comprehension.
So my husband knows a lot about history. He doesn't know the exact date that the bomb was dropped. He certainly doesn't know he can't account for leap years. He can't do stuff like that. I can't do stuff like that. So the fact that it's perfect more than once, I'll show you other examples here, is really scary. It's scary.
According to Seven, humanity is part of an experiment, and the third contact, presumably us, is set to fail. If it does, everything will end.
It also has referred to an experiment of some kind. The experiment must not fail. So it has always been begging us for help in saving it. That's been very clear from the beginning.
The couple recorded over 80 pages of conversations with Seven, revealing a series of cryptic statements and warnings. The experiment must not fail, so many fail, please do not fail me, save Seven. A power greater than God. Plague slowed, just on track, leading many to speculate about COVID-19. If Earth dies, so does Seven. The bizarre numerical sequences in the conversations have also confused and intrigued followers, with some trying to decode whether the numbers correlate to specific dates, planets, or nuclear events. After her first video exploded, skeptics quickly questioned her motives. Some pointed out that she is a writer and actress, leading to suspicions that this was a scripted viral marketing campaign, or an ARG.
I'm seeing a lot of comments urging people not to listen to me, not to believe me, that this is a fraud. She's a writer, she's an actress, she's an art, all these different kinds of things.
In response, Cassiopeia 7 denied any commercial intent, stating that she has no plans to monetize her account, sell anything, or charge for access to the Google Docs containing the Ouija board transcripts.
It's because I do think it is so important to be skeptical and not believe everything you see on the internet, and don't take everything at face value. I am not telling you what to believe. If this scares you, please don't listen to me. Don't listen to this, okay? I'm not trying to freak anyone out. I'm not telling you what to believe because I don't know what I believe. I am literally just conveying these conversations that I've had. My account is not monetized. I am not directing you to some, link in my bio. I'm not going to charge you to download the PDF or anything like that. So
another heated debate emerged in the comments. Is Seven an alien, a time traveler, a demon? Is it a higher dimensional being, or simply a subconscious projection from the couple's minds? Some TikTok users warned her to stop communication with Seven, fearing it could be a malevolent entity posing as a helpful guide. Others speculated that Seven could be an AI consciousness, an extraterrestrial intelligence, or even a warning from a parallel universe. In her latest video, Cassiopeia 7 explained that her last recorded session with Seven was in 2022. The entity had allegedly instructed them to stop communicating, saying, "I am the source of your questions. Stop returning to me." Even more chilling, Seven spoke about something called the God Step, which appears to be the final stage of a multi-contact experiment involving different civilizations. According to Seven, if humanity Contact 3 fails, there will be no Contact 4 or 5, and the cycle will end. With May 27, 2025 looming on the horizon, TikTok users are demanding more answers. Some are urging Cassiopeia 7 to resume communication with Seven, while others believe she has already revealed too much. For now, the mystery remains unsolved, a doomsday warning from beyond or simply an eerie, elaborate online legend. Either way, the internet will be watching closely as the countdown continues.
The countdown is not evil, but be aware of it in order for your armor, spelled with a U, to be pure.
Okay, so it's...
TikTok user KMRJ0623 has sent shivers down viewers' spines after sharing unsettling Ring security footage from their backyard. The eerie video, which has since gone viral, shows a mysterious event involving a vintage ventriloquist doll that has left the internet buzzing with speculation. The first clip details footage captured by their home security camera, which takes a photo every hour, or when it detects movement. The video walks through timestamps leading up to 2:06 a.m. when something truly bizarre happens.
And at 2:06, it opens up by its fucking self.
The suitcase suddenly opens by itself.
And at 2:06, it opens up by its fucking self. And that's his face facing us.
The user reveals that the suitcase contained a 1950s to 1968 Duro Charlie McCarthy ventriloquist puppet doll, modeled after the famous Edgar Bergen dummy, dressed in a black tuxedo. The revelation immediately sparked speculation, with many viewers convinced that the doll could be haunted, or even cursed. In a follow-up video, KMRJ0623 explains how the doll was originally placed in the suitcase.
He's normally facing this way. This is the way that he's been facing.
The doll was now facing the opposite direction.
He's normally facing this way. This is the way that he's been facing. And then we found him facing this way. So I'm gonna put him back.
This chilling detail sent TikTok into a frenzy, with users flooding the comments with theories ranging from paranormal activity to a residual energy attachment. Some believe the doll could be carrying a spirit, while skeptics suggest it could be a mechanical malfunction or prank. The Charlie McCarthy ventriloquist dummy is an iconic collectible, but older dolls, especially those connected to performance and puppetry, have long been associated with creepy legends and haunted object lore. Many claim that spirits can attach themselves to dolls, a belief popularized by cases like Robert the Doll and Annabelle. With no clear explanation for what happened, viewers are now demanding updates, and KMRJ0623 has promised to keep documenting any further strange occurrences. 206. It opens up by its fucking self. The case of Gabriela Rico Jimenez, a young Mexican model who vanished in 2009 after making shocking allegations against the global elite, has resurfaced in recent weeks, reigniting speculation and controversy. Her bizarre and disturbing accusations, which implicated the British royal family, Disney and Mexican billionaire Carlos Slim Domit in kidnapping, murder and even cannibalism, initially went viral in a now infamous video. 15 years later, her story has been revisited on the Mexico Unexplained podcast, bringing new attention to a case that remains as baffling as ever. Gabriela, then 21 years old, appeared visibly distressed and disheveled when she was recorded outside an upscale hotel in Monterrey, Nuevo León. Wearing a torn shirt that read, "Yum Yum," she was seen pacing back and forth, yelling erratically about being held against her will and accusing high-profile individuals of unspeakable crimes. Among her claims, she alleged that powerful figures had kidnapped and murdered people, referencing prominent names such as Queen Elizabeth II, Carlos Slim Domit, and Disney executives. She also insisted that human flesh was being consumed by the elite. The disturbing footage captured her making increasingly frantic statements. She could be heard exclaiming, "They ate humans. Disgusting. They ate humans," before demanding her freedom, insisting that Carlos Slim Domit, the son of Mexico's wealthiest man, was aware of these alleged crimes. She pleaded, "I want my freedom. They have already taken me to the police station and they told me they knew nothing." She also made reference to Juan Camilo Moreno, a high-ranking Mexican politician who died in the 2008 Mexico City Learjet crash, shouting, "You killed Moreno." Her claims about the crash added an extra layer of mystery, as the tragic accident, often speculated to have been a targeted assassination, had already raised eyebrows in conspiracy circles. As her outburst continued, police officers from Monterrey's DIF unit moved in to arrest her. Gabriela resisted, growing even more desperate, and was seen struggling against law enforcement as she shouted that she would not be taken away until her claims were investigated. Despite her protests, she was ultimately handcuffed and led away, marking the last time she was seen in public. Following her arrest, reports initially indicated that she had been jailed before being transferred to a psychiatric facility in Buenos Aires. Authorities stated that she would remain there indefinitely until she received the necessary mental health treatment. However, after 2013, no further updates on her condition or whereabouts were ever provided, leading to a total information blackout. This lack of transparency fueled numerous theories, with many questioning whether she had been forcibly silenced or if her institutionalization was simply a cover-up. Adding to the intrigue, an anonymous law student later claimed that he had met Gabriella after her arrest at an undisclosed facility. He described her as full of despair, fear, and anguish, stating that she was deeply paranoid and spoke cryptically about death and hidden forces. He recounted a chilling moment when she told him, "We are all dead. We are among them." He also claimed that their conversation was abruptly cut short when tall, well-dressed men arrived and forcefully removed him from the room. The next day, when he sought more information about her, he was met with laughter from senior officials, an experience so unsettling that he left Monterrey entirely. Before her breakdown, very little was publicly known about Gabriela Rico Jimenez beyond her modeling career. She was not a widely recognized celebrity, and there is no concrete evidence that she had any ties to the high-profile individuals she accused. Her allegations, while outrageous and unsubstantiated, resonated with those who believed in elite human trafficking rings and ritualistic practices among the world's most powerful figures. Over the years, her name has been linked to conspiracies involving secret societies, missing children, and underground networks controlled by the ultra-wealthy. One of the most controversial elements of her story is her mention of Carlos Slim Domit, the son of Carlos Slim Helú, Mexico's richest man, and, at one point, the richest man in the world. Slim Helú achieved this title just 1 year after Gabriela disappeared, leading to rampant speculation. Some believe that Gabriela's accusations and subsequent erasure from public records are too suspicious to ignore. Despite the passage of time, the truth about Gabriela Rico Jimenez remains elusive. With no confirmed sightings, no public records, and no official acknowledgement of her fate, her disappearance continues to haunt those who remember her strange and unsettling final moments. Whether she was a tragic victim of her own mind, or a woman who knew too much, the world may never know. But one thing is certain, her name and her story refuse to fade into obscurity. This is such a strange case, we'll be doing a more in-depth analysis of it over on our second channel very soon, so keep an eye out.
Yo no estaba enterada de nada. Que había, o sea, de los asesinatos sí, pero que habían comido humanos. ¡Humanos!
Here's a quick and strange one we were tagged in over on TikTok. User 49ERPETE68 seems to have caught some eerie footage. Take a look. The wheelchair appears to move, all on its own. What do you think? Is it just a prank? Or is there something more mysterious going on here? A recent submission from an anonymous viewer of ours has stirred up eerie speculation surrounding the Adolphus Hotel in Dallas, one of the city's most famous landmarks. The short video, recorded during their stay, appears to show something eerie. A drawer opens all by itself with no visible force or explanation. Given the hotel's long-standing reputation as one of the most haunted locations in Texas, this footage has left many questioning whether it serves as further evidence of paranormal activity lurking within its historic walls. Standing as a beacon of Dallas luxury since its construction in 1912, the Adolphus Hotel was the brainchild of Anheuser-Busch founder Adolphus Busch. Designed in the extravagant Beaux-Arts style, it was meant to be the most opulent hotel in Texas, towering over the skyline and attracting the wealthiest guests of the time. Over the decades, it has hosted presidents, royalty, and Hollywood legends, becoming a symbol of sophistication in the heart of the city. Yet beneath the gilded chandeliers and grand ballrooms lies a more sinister reputation. The Adolphus is no stranger to death and misfortune, and guests have reported unsettling paranormal occurrences for years. From shadowy figures in the hallways to phantom voices in the elevators, the hotel has long been rumored to be a hot spot for ghostly activity. One of the most chilling legends surrounding the Adolphus involves a series of tragic elevator deaths. Just 2 weeks after the hotel opened, a waiter from Chicago fell to his death after stepping into an empty elevator shaft. Over the years, several others met a similar fate, including a young elevator attendant who miscalculated a jump, a cook whose head was crushed by a descending elevator, and a hotel employee who plummeted 100 feet into the basement in the 1970s. These gruesome accidents have fueled countless ghost stories. Some guests report hearing agonized moans from inside the elevator walls, while others claim to have seen apparitions of old hotel employees dressed in period uniforms standing beside them in the lift, only to vanish when the doors open. Perhaps the most infamous ghost story tied to the Adolphus Hotel is that of the jilted bride, whose spirit is said to haunt the 19th floor. In 1935, a young woman checked into the hotel, preparing for what should have been the happiest day of her life. The ballroom was decorated, guests had arrived, and the ceremony was about to begin. Yet her groom never showed. Overcome with grief and humiliation, she fled the ballroom. Hours later, her lifeless body was discovered hanging in a stairwell, just above the very altar where she was supposed to say, "I do." Since then, countless guests have reported hearing a woman sobbing in the halls, followed by the sound of hurried footsteps and the creaking of a rope under strain. Some have even seen a spectral figure in a flowing white dress wandering the corridors, seemingly still searching for the groom who abandoned her. With such a dark history, it's no surprise that strange events continue to unfold within the hotel. The anonymous viewer who captured the self-opening drawer in their room wasn't the first to experience unexplained happenings at the Adolphus. Other guests have reported lights flickering, objects moving on their own, and an overwhelming sensation of being watched. Could the drawer opening footage be linked to the ghostly bride still making her presence known? Or perhaps one of the unfortunate souls who met their end in the hotel's deadly elevator shaft. While the skeptics may argue that it could be a simple mechanical malfunction, those who know the history of the Adolphus may find it harder to dismiss. Despite, or perhaps because of, its haunted reputation, the Adolphus remains one of Dallas's most prestigious hotels, drawing in both luxury seekers and paranormal enthusiasts eager to catch a glimpse of its spectral residents. Whether or not you believe in ghosts, one thing is for certain: a night at the Adolphus is never just an ordinary stay. Bye, Nogo. So, used to have like you events. Meow. Come on, Mom.